I told this story at the beginning of the very first workshop I gave back in 1996 when I first began my business. Since then, I've told it hundreds, probably even thousands of times. And every time I tell it, whoever's listening to it, whether it's in a workshop, whether it's in a video, whether it's on a coaching call, it's like everybody has the same experience that I have. It's like this mirror up, they're watching their lives in action. Now, when I say watching their lives in action when I'm in a workshop, I literally act out this story. I'm not going to do that here, but I'm sure my body's going to get moving. So when the camera starts shaking, you'll know why. Alrighty, here we go. It's a true story. It's a story that really speaks to the patterns we have that we think are going to lead us to the abundance we want. And without realizing us, keep us in scarcity, no matter what we do and have. So here we go. True story of a science experiment that some scientists conducted decades ago with a rat, okay? And in this experiment, they placed the rat in a large box that had 4 tunnels. And at the end of one of the tunnels, they place a piece of cheese. So a rat, being a rat, smells the cheese and goes off looking for it. And as they watched, it went down tunnel number 1, looking for the cheese, but it wasn't there. And then it came back out and went down tunnel number 2. Wasn't there either. Went down tunnel number 3, no cheese. Finally made its way down tunnel number 4. Yeah, found the cheese. Promptly ate it. Next time they repeated the exact same setup of the experiment. The rat got one whiff of the cheese, and you know where he went? Straight down tunnel number 4. He's got this one figured out. He's got the formula. And they repeat this again and again and again. They place the rat inside the box. The rat smells the cheese. He goes running straight down tunnel number 4 and has his afternoon snack or morning snack or evening snack, whatever it is. And they do this again and again and again and again and again and again. And then one day, as is the nature of experiments, they changed it up a little bit. They moved the cheese. The rat gets in the box, smells the cheese. It's almost like, I know this game. Doesn't even try too hard. Just kind of saunters over down tunnel number 4, walks on down, expecting he's going to have his afternoon snack, and there's no cheese. What? Rat comes back out, kind of looks around like, where am I? Yeah, this is the tunnel, and runs right back down it. Still no cheese. As the scientists watch, this rat goes up and down tunnel number 4, 5, 10, 15 times. There is no cheese in this tunnel, and yet the rat is going up and down it. After maybe the 15th, 20th time, the rat comes out. I'm thinking he's one frustrated and dejected rat. And he rears on his hind haunches and he sniffs the air. It's almost as if he's asking the question, is there really cheese? Or am I just imagining it? Apparently, the rat must have somehow said, there's cheese, because finally he went down tunnel number 2. No cheese. Came back out, went down tunnel number 3. No cheese. Came back out, went down tunnel number 1. Yay! Found my cheese again. Now, what does this have to do with abundance? What does this have to do with money? What does this have to do with you and your life? Well, if you're like me, because this is a mini autobiography of my life, I'm just telling you, you're probably relating to this idea of the rat running up and down tunnel number 4, working so hard, trying so hard, doing all the things to have the cheese we want in life, to have the abundance we want to have in life. But my friends, the question to ask is, why do we keep running up and down this tunnel, even though we're not finding the cheese? Well, here are a couple of real common reasons. Well, the cheese used to be here. It should be here again. Like, we hold on to what worked in the past. Another one is, well, everybody else is running up and down this tunnel and they're finding their cheese, so this must be where the cheese is. How often we look outside of ourselves to see what other people are doing, and that's what we should do too, because if it works for them, it's going to work for me. Or maybe it's like, oh, some expert on YouTube, like this person or a book or an author or somebody said, this is the 5-step formula to having the cheese, the abundance you want in your life. And so by George, the expert knows, so I'm going to do it. How often we give our power away to what worked for somebody else or to what someone else says we should do. And while there's a place for that, bottom line, if it's not bringing you your cheese, There's some more subtle reasons. It's like, well, if I left the tunnel, probably just my luck, then the cheese would show up on it. FOMO. I'm afraid I'll miss out if I try something new. There's a validation of, even if I'm not finding my cheese, at least I'm not alone. There's a bunch of other people in this tunnel and we're all in the boat together. And I'd rather feel like I'm not alone than do what I need to do to have the cheese that I'm looking for. Okay, these are some of the patterns. And then there's also, like, hey, but look at all the brownie points and all the attention I'm getting, because look at how hard I'm working, how hard I'm trying, and people are cheering me on because I'm so dedicated and I'm so committed. Yeah, there's all sorts of reasons we continue running up and down tunnel number 4, looking for the abundance. This is what I call, like, really the archetype of scarcity. This is what we do. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more. And until some point in time, we may not answer the question the way the rat did. We may go, is there cheese out there? Is there abundance for me? And at some level, we may go, no, no. I'll just make myself happy with what I have. And that's another reason we stay in this tunnel, because maybe we find a crumb, find a little bit of cheese. It's like, oh, see, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. It's a powerful story. It's one I invite you to reflect on the experience of your life. In what ways do you feel like this rat? Like, I keep trying to do the things and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, I like whatever. But when you're honest with yourself, it's not working. And here, my friend, you have to get, the cheese isn't money. The cheese isn't, a big house. The cheese that you want at a deeper, 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 deeper level is something in here. It's a knowing of yourself as loved, belonging, sufficient, not deficient. It's an inner experience of joy and freedom and wholeness and well-being. The cheese you want is to experience yourself fully, to fully be who you were created to be. And yeah, do you need money and stuff like that? Yeah. But that this confusion we have when the cheese is this result, or it's this much money, or it's getting this home, or it's achieving this ranking, or getting this title, or this degree, or whatever. Here's what starts to happen, and this one's been biting me in the butt lately. We can be running up and down tunnel number 4 still and not realize it, because it's been decorated differently. It's got nicer furniture in it. Ooh, new wallpaper. Oh, we repainted it. It's all the ways we use our minds to justify and convince ourselves that, yeah, this is what I want. This is my cheese. I'm here. I'm doing it. But it's still tunnel number 4. It may be a prettier tunnel number 4. The carpet might be nicer in tunnel number 4. The furniture, the decorations. But if the experience in it is still that fear, that frustration, that stress, that pressure, that it's never enough no matter what I do. If it's frustration, or maybe shame or embarrassment, or feeling like less than or deficient, like something's wrong with me, if it feels like you're giving up or settling, I don't care what the externals look like in your life, you're still in tunnel number 4. I've recently realized I've been in tunnel number 4 myself in ways I didn't realize. And I'm making some changes. Stay tuned. I also realize that one of the best things I do, one of the greatest things I do for my clients, is I help them see they're in tunnel number 4. And I help them, support them, empower them, guide them, sometimes kick them in the butt to leave tunnel number 4 so they can find the cheese that satisfies them, that nourishes them, that feeds them, body, mind, heart, and soul. And that, my friends, is where real abundance starts to be your experience in life. And yeah, it's going to show up and affect your relationship with money, probably the amount of money you have as well. But money, as I've said again and again and again, that's not the goal. Abundance and money are not the same thing. The cheese that we all long for is a deeper experience inside of ourselves. We got to leave tunnel number 4, my friends. That's a courageous action. But if this story's resonating with you, if you're like, oh, I think I'm still in tunnel number 4, it's a prettier tunnel number 4, but you're recognizing it's still not that cheese, that sense, that being fed and full and fulfillment inside of you, especially if it's around money. Let's connect. Let's talk. Go ahead and book a free discovery session with me. Let's see what's keeping you in tunnel number 4 that you don't see, that you don't realize, that you're justifying or making excuses for, explaining away. And let's see what we can put in place so you can leave that tunnel and find the tunnel that leads you to your cheese, to the inner experience of abundance that then gets expressed and manifested outwardly as abundance in your life, in your bank account, and in our world. I popped the link in the show notes down below. I look forward to connecting with you. If this is you and you want out, say yes.